My name is Josh Nathan Kazis. I'm here with Ezra Glinter to talk about Woody Allen's new movie, Blue Jasmine. And we're in luck because last summer, Ezra Glinter watched every single one of Woody Allen's films.
Unfortunately, I did, or just about.
So how does Blue Jasmine fit in with the rest of the Woody Allen pantheon?
Well, it's surprisingly good. That's the first thing I noticed about it.
Which you did not think about the last Woody Allen movie.
No, the last one I didn't think was good at all. But this one is worth watching. It really is. I don't know if it's a classic. I don't know if it's a classic movie, but it's quality.
So it's sort of like a Bernie Madoff picture.
Right, and it focuses, but doesn't focus so much on the Bernie Madoff type character, the financial swindler, but on his wife, the Ruth Madoff type in that analogy.
So tell us a bit more about how the analogy plays out.
Well, it goes back and forth between past and present, between the time when they were living, when all was well, for them anyway, and they were living a wealthy life in New York on Park Avenue and in the Hamptons, and so then
like the
Madoffs, and then post-recession, post-crash, post-scandal, when he's been carted off to jail, she's basically broke, and has decamped to San Francisco to live with her sister.
I'll be staying with my sister.
Jasmine! Oh my God.
Look at you. Your place is homey. Oh, the flight was bumpy. The food was awful. I mean, you'd think first class.
I thought you were tapped out.
I'm dead broke. Really, I mean, the government took everything.
So you said, and that's where it becomes sort of a streetcar named Desire analogy.
Yeah, the whole film is very, very much sort of modeled on Tennessee Williams's A Streetcar Named Desire.
I guess you're hoping I'll say I'll put up at a hotel. I'm not going to put up at a hotel. I've got to be near you, Stella. I've got to be with people. I can't be alone because as you must have noticed, I'm not very well.
Kate Blanchett in Blue Jasmine plays the Blanche Dubois character, who in a streetcar goes to live with her sister, in that case New Orleans.
You said that in the film there are lots of sort of interesting smaller roles.
Yeah, I mean it's jam-packed with like stars, with big names, and some unexpected names also. Andrew Dice Clay has a great role.
Who's like the 80s kind of insult comic, right?
Right. He was this incredibly vulgar, sort of politically incorrect comic from back in the day. He seemed to have sort of disappeared over the past few decades.
When your sister had all that money, she wanted nothing to do with you. Now that she's broke, all of a sudden she's moving in.
She's not just broke. She's all screwed up.
But he resurfaces here, playing the ex-husband of the San Francisco sister, who got conned out of his own money, his marriage falls apart. He winds up, having to take a job in Alaska. He's not young, so he's really sort of a hard luck, working class guy who's been really screwed by the, financial whiz.
So a sympathetic Andrew Dice Clay.
Very sympathetic. Surprisingly, you don't expect Andrew Dice Clay to be sympathetic, but he is. He's really, the role is really, you really feel for him.
So how does it fit into the sort of Woody Allen canon?
I guess it's reminiscent of different of his films in different ways. There was a piece recently in the Times comparing the role, the main role here, to some of the other women characters that Allen has written and directed, and it reminded me sort of Mia Farrow's role in Purple Rose of Cairo, which is a totally different type of character, but also sort of a woman front and center who's dealing with a really difficult situation and sort of trying to keep it all together. And here, so Kate Blanchett plays a sort of a Mia Farrow-esque role in this particular film.
Louis C.K. is also in it, more contemporary than Andrew Dice Clay, but also like a comic, not an actor, sort of.
He has a small role as one of the many romantic interests in the film, and he also does a great job. He seems like very much Louis C.K.-ish for the entire thing, but it works as just sort of like a kind of an apologetic, sweet guy.
There's often a sort of a Woody Allen stand-in in later Woody Allen movies in which he is not actually able to act. Is there such a character?
That's a good question. I'm not sure that there is in this case. Although there's a dentist played by Michael Stuhlbarg named Dr. Flicker. He's not a sympathetic character. He's creepy and really not a good person. But I think maybe he manifests some sort of Woody Allen-esque qualities. He's a little nebbishy. He's sort of the not very sexy Jewish-ish man who tries to get the girl. So
Interesting reversal. So should we see the movie?
yeah, you should see the movie. It's a good one.
It's worth remembering that last year when we had the same conversation about last year's Woody Allen movie, you totally panned it.
Yeah, and one of the things I wrote last year is that because he makes basically a movie a year and keeps churning them out, some of them wind up good, some of them wind up not. This one is one of the good ones, so it's worth going to see.
Cool, check it out. Thanks, Ezra.
You're welcome.